One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Reynolds Razorback Stadium, home of the Arkansas Razorbacks. As we'll see the number 23 team in the country, the Mississippi State Bulldogs, taking on another team from the SEC, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Mississippi State ready to kick off to get this game started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. So Arkansas's offense will get the football first. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play.
There he goes. Space, the band might as well start playing. What a quick start for this offense, putting up points on the first drive.
And that's got to feel good, Reese. You've been practicing all week. You've been practicing against the looks you were anticipating to see from this defense. You get those looks, you're able to come out, you run the ball, you throw the ball. And this offense right now is in a groove early.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. You want to see quick strike ability? It was epitomized there. 2 plays, 80 yards, touchdown on the board. Out of the end zone. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's on the loose. There he goes. Open it up. He will score. Touchdown, Mississippi State. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. And the Razorbacks in the hurry-up. And you really can't be called the Hogs if you're not willing to grind it out in the dirt.
Yeah, and I love calling the offensive linemen the hog mollies. In Arkansas, in that beautiful state, you're going to find a bunch of big, strong individuals. And the identity of that team is usually built on those guys up front.
Well, that's about as impressive as a short gainer catch as you're ever going to see. I mean, didn't get the first, didn't go very far downfield, but it was pretty looking. Got it with one hand. I mean, I guess there's that.
Tight end now in motion. Now the play fake. Pocket breaking down. And that ball's free behind the line. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
Great place to start for this offense. The give to the back. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. Dumps it to the back. He's got it and still on his feet. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He's got great speed, and he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Complete to start this drive. He works his way across the 40-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 41. The Razorbacks can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll run play action. Fires to the tight end. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. They'll try the run. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And the Razorbacks moving quickly to the line.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Right back to the well. He's in open space downfield. Turning it on. He's at the touchdown, Razorbacks. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
They're set to kick it off. And you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he's coming out of the end zone. He gets a block. He gets it up to the 35 before he's guided out of bounds. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create some. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Gives it on the option. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long, this one from the 44. Snagged in the middle, it's Marshall. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. It's complete to the left. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires to the big fella. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. From 55 yards out, and he's got it. Never a doubt. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in a terrific top 15 matchup. Clemson is down right now, but I'm not convinced this team doesn't have a C.J. Spiller-like big play in them. Any change in momentum, and this is a brand new game. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to NC State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll go to the ground. Breaks into the open. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Send the tight end in motion. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Still running at the 40. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48. No matter how many times they tell you to look for it, it is tough to defend a perfectly executed screen.
Yeah, because I'm trying to go get the quarterback, and everything looks like pass, but when you see it, when you see that screen, you got to retrace your steps, get back in the play. Nice job by the offense. The defense just has to recognize that a little bit sooner.
Mississippi State comes out after picking up the 1st down. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the middle. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. So now it's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. They're setting up the screen. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a 1st down. Mississippi State right back to the line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now. Get ready for another one.
Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Makes the grab. And they pick up just a few on that completion. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll go to the air. A little screen to the running back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And they take it in for 6 more points. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
He'll start the return inside his 5. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Mississippi State is on top. And more importantly, we've got an early barn burner as both teams have come out firing, as you'll see on the stats. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Tosses it incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Gets open down the middle. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go?
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Got his man on the right. Oh, it's a fumble. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. They'll start this drive going to the air. Grab behind the line. It's Isaac. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up second and 4. The Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Gonna run it. It's Isaac. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Lining up, trying to convert this third and short from the 40. Rushes on him. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around.
Oh, he's got some space. Ripping through the defense. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Arkansas!
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. They'll give it to the back. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. And the Bulldogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Slings it downfield. And wings it incomplete. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Mississippi State. They've climbed into the top 25. Nothing has been given to these guys, but they're quickly becoming a problem for everybody else.
Well, they are, and they earned that number beside their name. They've played really, really well. The question is now, can you keep it? David, how many times in the past have we seen a team outside the top 25 finally get ranked and then get blown out the very next week?
And there's not a lot of difference between 25 and 45. A lot of times, so many people close together. So earn that ranking and try to keep climbing.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. There he goes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football.
Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. Give him 96 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. This defense might be reeling after those last 2 and now facing 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. The Bulldogs want to crank the tempo. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking to the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down. This is one of those momentum turning points. If this defense can force a field goal attempt, that is a victory for them. Working that wide receiver screen. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And after watching an effort like that, even though he wasn't able to get the first down, as the quarterback, you're going to start throwing to him a lot more often in this game because he's going to pad your stats. You know this guy is going to get tons of yak because he is fighting for every inch out there on the field.
And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. Never a doubt. And we are dead even here in the second.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Let's see what he can do with the return. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Wants to throw on first down. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
And how about that back-to-back sacks? You want 2 sacks in a game. That's a great game. He is flying around, getting to that quarterback and getting him on the ground.
They'll leave it with him. Spins away from the defense. He won't get there. It'll bring up fourth down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The Razorbacks send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch at the 35. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. To the air on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Looking downfield, and time is running short. Oh, it goes right through his hands. They had everything set up on the screen except the catch. It'll be third down. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. First part was gorgeous. Let's see if he can do it again. Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Fayetteville. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these 2 programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been a very evenly played game. Fascinating to see how the rest of this one plays out. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Razorback Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Razorbacks will kick it off to start the second half. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They'll open this third quarter with a run. Picks up the first down. Give him 109 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. They'll ride the hot hand. Breaks the tackle. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D-linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negatives.
Turning it on! He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Mississippi State has this drive hitting on all cylinders. Leaves it with the back. Makes it past the marker. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give on the option. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Give to the running back. Oh, he's got a chance. Touchdown, Mississippi State. They take the lead with the 6. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Michigan State is ahead in East Lansing, but that's not exactly Kenneth Walker III out there running the ball. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Michigan. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Back to you.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Gets it out quickly. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. Trying play action. Close to the marker, it's Burns. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
And that's a really good job by the QB, getting the ball out of his hands, knowing where the sticks are, getting the first down. And they saw something they liked because here they come, right back on the ball to run another play.
The RPO, it's complete. The Razorbacks headed quickly to the line. He'll pull it on the read. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4. Offense breaks the huddle on third down. They want to throw it. They'll run the screen. Breaks into the open. Smashes through the tackle. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
And the Razorbacks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
The give to the tailback. Shakes off the defender. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Razorbacks kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Finds his man. It's Jefferson. He works his way to the 23 before he goes out of bounds. And the Razorbacks in a good spot here with second and short. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he left the first defender grabbing at air before he was finally tackled. Might as well give it to him again. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. The Razorbacks have it in scoring position on first and goal. Looking to throw. Trying to set up the screen. Touchdown, Razorbacks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That drive was what every father wants his daughter's romances to be like. Slow, take your time, drain the clock, no hurry at all.
Sometimes love is a slow burn, and that's what we just saw in that last drive. I am so impressed with the execution, and I love their ability to run the football. These players, they're coached up. They're coming out here, and they are executing exactly how their coaches prepared them to do in this game.
And he tacks on the extra point. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Rides the back on the option to give. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing.
Oh, he's got some space. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. New set of downs after the completion. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And the Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. They go to the wide receiver screen. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Off the play fake on first down. He's going for a big play downfield. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Quarterback on the keeper. And after a very short pickup on that run, we have come to the end of the third quarter. We've reached the end of the third quarter, and we have a potential classic on our hands, all tied up as we take a peek at the stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the fourth. So we open the final period with a third down play. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. That's caught. It's Burns. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line. And the Razorbacks want to pick up the tempo.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
Quick strike complete. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain. The Razorbacks are on the move.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Firing to the right, complete. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play, because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
The give from the gun. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. And the Razorbacks come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. The Razorbacks pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. And they can't make the connection.
The defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has, so nice job defending.
He'll do it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Second down, he'll throw it. Get it out on the screen. At the 20, he's got space. Tackled at the 20. But they get out of jail with a 15-yard pickup. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. To the air on second down. It's complete on the right side. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. And the Razorbacks come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll try to get the first through the air. Punch it out of the air. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. And this offense can just about haste taking the lead in the fourth quarter, but you do want to be careful not to score too quickly. The snap sets up the throw. Fires into the end zone. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the... There he goes! Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Got his man down the middle. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to run it. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And he's brought down after a nice gain. First down for this offense. To the ground. He's got it again. Runs through the tackle. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Using the quick game. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Caught over the middle. It's Isaac. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. The clock has stopped for the timeout, and we have reached the final 2 minutes in this one. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
The Bulldogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Makes the tackle at the 27. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down.
I love the play call running the football here in the fourth quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. Just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And he barely got enough of that one to somehow tuck it into the left corner just over the crossbar. Just over a minute to go in this one. They have the lead now to try to hold it. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Give to the back. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. Looking to fire. Right on the money. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. Bully ball on 3rd and short. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. Rides the back and leaves it. Past the first down marker and still running. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. The Razorbacks have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Burns. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. With the catch, it's Burns. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Hoping to help their kicker out with a few yards on 3rd down, because from here, it will be a 58-yarder. On the run, still looking. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. To the line quickly. They'll spike it to save some time. A huge pressurized kick coming right now as this game hangs in the balance. The defense uses a timeout, and we are down to 11 seconds left to play. Makes this one, and it'll be all tied up in the final minute. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. Between the uprights, it's good. And they tie it up, fellas, here in the final second.
And the late game execution worked to perfection. Moving the ball down the field, getting your kicker in a spot. You know exactly where he likes to kick it from. He drives it through. We're tied up, and we're headed to overtime.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
So here comes our first play of overtime. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wants to go up top on 1st down. The defense wouldn't let it. There, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. And the Razorbacks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. On target. He'll go out of bounds right at the 23-yard line. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down. Razorbacks will start us up here in overtime. Going right to work up top. Quickly complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Gets rid of it. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Arkansas. And they grab the lead here in overtime. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being caught. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. In front of them, they have to answer that score with a touchdown. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. They're dealing with a second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. Third down in overtime, and they need to get it to the end zone. completion on third down.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big.